Whew. First part of this trail is no joke. It's pretty steep. In the first 0.8 of a mile, over 600 feet of elevation gain. So this is going to be a hard climb up, which, you know, is what it's all about, to be honest with you. I'm on the Old Rag circuit, and basically what it is pretty much a loop around that takes you over Old Rag summit. And, you know, supposedly we can get some really good views there. We got some really cool rock scrambling to do, and it's going to be awesome. Then we're going to find a place tonight to camp, and we're going to do some hammock camping tonight. So it's going to be an awesome show. Whew, I'm to the point in the trail where you're like, why'd I do this? 2.5 miles in, and around 1,800 feet above sea level. And the trail's been pretty steady all the way. I mean, it's a nice little incline. And considering the elevation that we're going to get to the summit, I'm about halfway both in distance and elevation. So halfway in, you know, glass half full, glass half empty type of deal here, but I'm pushing through. We're gonna get to the summit today, do some cool rock scrambles. 3.5 miles in, and elevation, we're around 2,500 feet, and we're going up to 33, which is the summit of Old Rag Mountain. Right about here is where it really starts to get steep. I mean, we're talking like steps and, you know, climbing rocks type steep. You got to be somewhat physically fit to do this. You know, I'm having to take breaks every 3/10 of a mile or so right now. It's just the elevation gain is the hardest part for me. Some people, you know, it's the decline, but for me, the elevation gain, it takes a toll on your body, and you know, it makes you go slower. That's why we do it, folks. I've done some hiking in the Adirondacks. I've done some pretty intense rock scrambling. Whoa, that was insane. I mean, not enough room for you and your pack. You're between rocks. I mean, it's incredibly dangerous, it feels like, but it's exhilarating. It's intense, but it's pretty cool. That's where I'm going. That's where I came from. Well, I almost didn't make it over this one. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to the top or not. This, you know, with an overnight bag, man, some of these things are really, really tight. These crevices, you gotta get in and get the right foot on. It's definitely the most technical hiking I've ever done. I'll probably look a sight, man. That was one heck of a battle. I'm using all trails to track my hike. I'm also using my GPS unit as well as my cell phone and I'm tracking it all kinds of different ways. But All Trails says we are at 3,274 feet right now, and this is the summit. I don't see a survey marker, and that seems to be happening fairly often whenever the mountain's below about 3,600 feet. And there's several places it could be. I still have some more exploring to do, but what a hike. 34-minute miles, so it took about a little over 5 hours to get here. And you know, I'm getting older. I'm 40 now, and you know, I don't do much running. I work out and lift, but I don't do a ton of cardio. Most of my cardio is on the trail, and you get plenty of it on the trail. I'd probably handle this stuff a little better if I did some cardio. I just can't seem to make myself want to run. This is seriously what it's all about, though. There's no other feeling like this. And right now I have the whole summit to myself. It's just surreal. It really is. As much as I don't want to throw this heavy bag on my back, it is 5:30 and sunset's a little after 7. So I got to start making my way down trail so I can find a camping spot. So there's not been a whole lot of people out here, so I'm pretty optimistic I'll be able to stay at the first spot I see. Hopefully it'll be hammock camping friendly. So let's get on the trail and find a place to camp. So about 7/10 of a mile from the summit, you come to this. Bird's Nest Shelter. I was really hoping they had some water here. It's not looking like it. So I made it down to Old Rag Shelter, and I'd like to camp here. A lot of great spots where I can camp. The problem is I'm running low on water, so I'm gonna have to find some water, and maybe I'll backtrack or, you know, camp wherever I find the water, but can't camp here now. I need water. You probably can't hear it, but that's the sound of a mountain stream, and it's always an amazing, magical sound to me. I love that sound. It's so peaceful, but it means a whole lot more to me right now because I am spent, and I need a water source, and I think I found one. I'm gonna use my hummingbird hammock setup, and it's the first time I used it backpacking, so see how it goes. I've tried it out, you know, locally or at some group camping trips, but never backpacking. But it should set up, you know, the same way. Good morning. Welcome to my setup. I couldn't show it to you last night because it got dark on me. The reason it got dark on me so fast is because I kept having to go and find different trees that wouldn't fit perfectly. I just didn't have enough adjustment with those whoopee straps to get it to fit. So I changed trees like, I'll bet 4 or 5 times, and finally got it. It wasn't the best setup. I was finishing the setup in the dark, but it worked out.
Definitely going to change some things up to make it a little easier, but slept well. First time that I've done backcountry camping on my own. The sound of the stream. If you ever do any backcountry camping, try to set up near a stream. It drowns out any of the noises you may hear, and a lot of times people can freak themselves out by thinking they hear this or thinking they hear that. The stream just kind of drowns that out. So definitely try to find a stream if you're backcountry camping, especially by yourself. It helps put you right to sleep. I'm gonna pack up, and I got about a 2-mile hike to the Jeep, and we're all done. So what a hike. Wow. Let's talk about some of the specifics to do with this hike. It's a circuit hike. It's, let's see, total for me it was around 13 miles. All trails will tell you it's somewhere around 10. As far as the track, I went in, there's a little trailhead from the parking lot, takes you to a split, and I went left. Now left is absolutely hard. Difficulty level somewhere around 9 in my experience. I mean, you're crawling under. I'm literally crawling on my hands and knees, getting under rocks and through these really tight crevices where I had to take my bag off and kind of, lift it ahead of me. I mean, it's intense. However, the back way, if you were to turn right, the way that I came down is very gradual. It's a fire road. There's not any boulder scrambling, even from at the peak. It's just very gently and gradually all the way down. There's no water on most of the hike. You have some on the way up, first mile and a half, and some, you got a nice stream and with even some small waterfalls and bridge crossings on the way back. If you want to summit this mountain and you're not as physically fit or you feel like it might be intimidating, you can take the right side up and then also bring it back down. It's much longer that way, but most people will be able to handle that. Hummingbird hammock, still, you're not gonna set a hammock up without practice, guys. There's a learning curve for sure, and I still haven't got past it, so still working on that. A little intimidating camping outside on your own, but like I said, if you can find something that drowns out those night noises like a stream, then that's the way to go. That's it for me, guys. On my way back to Delaware, Syntax77, a YouTuber, does a lot of hiking. He's from Delaware too. He says after his hikes, it's cheeseburger time. I feel you, Syntax77. It's definitely cheeseburger time. I've had very little to eat, ran out of water several times, and including right now when I just got back to the Jeep, I haven't had water in probably half a mile. Most of it was downhill. There is a stretch though, if you're coming back to the parking lot, you got some significant uphill again. So just be ready for that. Guys, I really appreciate you watching the video. Please share it with your family, your friends, on your social media walls. Share the inspiration. Let's get other people out there in the woods hiking. I mean, it just brings you so much closer to the world, to nature, to God, to whatever it is that, the solitude you find. It's incredible. I'll see you guys on the next video. You have an awesome week.